Hello and welcome back to Mac at the Movies. Today I'm bringing you another weekly VHS rewind with the film Angels in the Outfield. I have recently been listening to the audiobook, I believe it's called Green Lights, by Matthew McConaughey, and he had mentioned this movie and that this is one of his very early acting roles, which you can see him on the back here. If I can get that in the light there, being pushed by an angel. But I remember seeing this movie as a child. I think I rented it from a local mom and pop video store. And I remember enjoying it. I can't remember which movie it was that I used to watch a lot growing up. It may have been Heavyweights. But it had the preview for this in there, and it was just, constantly one of those movies. But I'd only seen it once or twice. So, a while back, I picked up a box of Disney movies, and this was in there. So, I'm going to give it a go. It has been some time since, again, I said I've seen it. And it came with, I guess whoever owned this previously kept all the paperwork in here. Now on video, Disney presents Bill Nye the Science Guy. So yeah, you have just your run-of-the-mill advertisements for buy this movie, buy that movie. And I don't know if any of y'all remember these, but Disney Adventure magazines. Power Rangers was never, at that time, related to Disney, to my opinion. As far as I know, but they were on there a couple times. But yeah, Disney Adventure Magazine. You can save up to $6 for by mail when you buy Angels in the Outfield and one of the following eligible videos. And I guess it was a slew of Disney films that you could buy. So I shall not get into much of that, but that came in there, so I'll leave that in there and pull out the movie and get to watching. So I don't know, it looks like it's been previously viewed, but there's no way of knowing for sure. Got a bottle of sarsaparilla. And I'm going to get to watching this. And the cats will watch with me. The little one looks a little tuckered out, but anywho, I'm going to get to watching this, and I will see y'all afterwards for the rewind. Bye. All right, and I am back. So, Angels in the Outfield, how was it? It was enjoyable. It was as I remember as a kid, and that's really all I have to say about it. It's definitely just, your run-of-the-mill Disney 90s kids flick. So, definitely a good flick, but let's hit that rewind and talk about it. So, we have the California Angels. It's a team that's in last place for the pennant. And a young boy here whose dad is leaving him in foster care, and he prays that the Angels will win the pennant because his father said that was the only way they would be a family again, or that he would have a family again. Fun twist in the end there, but basically Angels come, make the games that much better, and they make their way to the pennant. You'll have to watch it, see how it turns out, but it is a fun movie. I definitely say check it out. There were a lot of actors in this film that I did not expect to be in it, that I had completely forgot about. Of course, I knew like Danny Glover and Christopher Lloyd, and I forgot about Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but yeah, he was in this. But it's got a pretty big cast for today's standards. So The rewind's almost over. I definitely say check this movie out if you haven't already. And it's based off the 1951 movie of the same title, but instead of the California Angels, it was the Pittsburgh Pirates, I do believe. I believe that's what I looked up there. But yeah, interesting. The rewind stopped, so I'm going to talk about the cast here. So we have Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a kid, Danny Glover, Tony Danza, Matthew McConaughey in one of his, like, first 5 roles. I think this may have been, like, his 3rd or 4th role. Christopher Lloyd, of course. Adrian Brody. I didn't even remember Adrian Brody being in here, and I saw him around a corner, and I was like, wait a minute, and I, like, had to stop and, like, check it again. It was Adrian Brody. He spends a fair amount of time in the movie. We have Taylor Negron. He plays this one character, Negron. He plays this one character that's like an assistant to the manager of the team. And when you see him, I can't think off the top of my head, but like he's been in a slew of films. Like when you see him, you know him. But we have Neil McDonough, who plays just an absolute goof in this movie. And in every other movie I've ever seen him in, he always plays just the bad guy, just the jerk. So it was kind of interesting to see him in a different role other than what I think he's just been typecast to at this point. I mean, he plays a good villain. I mean, if it works, it works. So if he's happy doing it, then by all means. But the one I really liked, and it was another double take, and I was like, is that? And then I looked it up, and it was. We have Brenda Fricker. She plays the temporary foster mother. She's like a temporary foster care worker in this film. But she's probably most well known as the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2. I was looking at her and I was like, man, she seems really familiar. And then it just sort of clicked, and I was just like, I think that was. And then, I eventually looked it up, but I wanted to get it in my head first of who she was before I went to double check myself. But yeah, fun cast, fun movie. I definitely say check it out. If you have young kids, I think they'd enjoy it. I don't think there's anything in this movie that is too outdated by any means. I will say the one thing I thought was weird about it is, like, the bad guy in the movie was the radio announcer for the team. It's almost like he was determined to see this team fail. And he was disappointed. He was the only one upset that they were winning. He was hired to announce for this team. I mean, one would think if you're going to go into that sort of career and contract yourself into a team, it would most likely be one that you at least care about. But, I mean, he was just, again, determined to just see this team fail for some reason. I'm sure he had his disappointments early on, but as the team became better and each of the characters progressed, you think he would have kind of lightened up, but no, he just kind of dug his cleats in a little bit more. But yeah, he was, he reaches out to one kid and he's just like, so what's the rub? What's going on here? There has to be some reason why this team's winning. And, he wants to put it out to the news, and it just turns into this dog and pony show, all because this one guy has to be right about something. Yeah, but I guess there has to be a bad guy in the film. Some guy that you're rooting against, and, then you have the team that you're rooting for. So that was Angels in the Outfield. I definitely say check it out. It's a fun, heartwarming film. A couple sad moments in it, but just gotta let it happen. Then put my booklet of whatnots back in here and close her on up and put her back on the shelf until the next time I decide to give it a watch. So anywho, thank you all for joining me today, doing a review for Angels in the Outfield. As always, be good to one another. I got 2 cats over here about to fall asleep, so I'm going to get them and head to bed. So I will see you next time. Bye.